Hey, this is Michael with Explorers Are Us. In my background, that's one of my wife's paintings. I thought we would put that in for the time being until she puts together something that she feels more comfortable with. So I'm going to let her design it since she's the artist. Anyway, I am going to be creating a new playlist, and it's going to have to do with my experiences in business and finance. On the business side, I want to talk about some of the things I've dealt with and experienced in the business world. For example, how to deal with managers. And I have something I want to start with, which has to do with the Gallup survey and things I noticed about that. On the other side, I want to talk about some of the finance things I've worked on over the years. Since I've been in the finance business for roughly 35 years, I have a little bit of experience in that. And I've also been putting together a book on finance. And for example, some of the things are I'll be talking about how the difference between a debit and a credit card. Now, my wife experienced this firsthand when she walked up to a clerk that was checking her out, and the clerk didn't know the difference. So it's important that you do. Another thing I want to talk about that is a long lost skill is how in the world do you endorse a check? I mean, exactly how do you do that? There's really no current guidelines because very few people use checks anymore, but they're extremely relevant. Another thing that becomes important is what are credit terms and how do you deal with that? And a word that's been floating around that if you ever fell delinquent on a credit card, you'll know it's called a re-age. What exactly is that? And what is allowed versus not allowed? These are some of the things I'm going to discuss on this particular playlist. So circle back with me in the next few days and start putting some of these together. This is Michael with Explorers R Us signing off.